Adam B. here at the Kraft Music Gallery. Today we'll be talking about the Casio Celviano AP-S450 digital piano. This is a slimline contemporary digital piano with a really nice key action, powerful speaker system, 26 tones built in, particularly acoustic pianos, but you're also going to find some electric pianos, organs, and strings. There's ability to record, to split, to layer. There's a dual headphone jack. You'll have the ability to connect to your tablet or your iPad, to use notation software, or to manipulate the sounds of your digital piano. There's lesson applications out there, a variety of things you can do with your tablet. When you look at the AP-S450, it's pretty obvious that the S stands for slim. It is the slimmest of the slimline digital pianos on the market today. As far as the width of the piano, there's not much you can do about that because, well, 88 keys takes up the space of 88 keys. However, the builders come up with ways to make the piano less deep and less tall. This is definitely the smallest piano in its class, so this piano is ideal for small spaces. Maybe you're in a loft, maybe you're in a condo, maybe you're in a large room, but you just want to have a little piano. Because of the beefy speaker system, you're still going to get a full, robust sound out of the AP-S450. AP-S450 features a slow-closing key cover. It's also available in your choice of matte black, matte white, or rosewood. I've noticed that the rosewood, which is the finish that I'm here with today, is a brighter and a richer rosewood finish than many of the other rosewood pianos we've seen. AP-S450 has a powerful speaker system. There's two upward-facing speakers, and then there's two underneath the piano that are cleverly enclosed in a vented enclosure. What's unique about that is that sound can come out of those speakers in every direction. So whether you're putting the piano up against the wall and enjoying the reverberation of the sound coming back off the wall, or if you're setting the piano in the middle of a room, either way, the sound is coming from all over, and it's a tremendous sound. It's very robust and very deep. So using the piano, first of all, how do you turn it on? Well, there's a button located on the right side of the instrument. Go ahead and push the button. The piano will power up. And then you'll notice on the left side of the piano is the touch display. And this is how you interact with the piano, to change your tones, to turn on and off the metronome, things like that. Operate the recorder. To change your tones, there's not a button for every tone that you want. It's a system of you touch the grand piano button and then touch a corresponding key on the instrument to select your tone. And what you'll notice is that above the keys, the different tone names are listed. So at this point, when you're holding that button and touching the corresponding key, you're actually giving commands to the instrument. So let's change some of the tones right from the piano itself. To do that, I'm going to use the touch panel on the left here. I've just activated it. Grand piano. No matter where I am, if I want to go back to the grand piano tone, I can just touch that button and it takes me right there. Now, to change my tones, you'll notice above the keys are all the different tone listings, different kinds of pianos, strings, organs, and more. So when I touch and hold grand piano and a corresponding key, that's how I change my tone. So let's touch and hold grand piano and hit electric piano. Now I've got electric piano. Do the same here again to digital piano. Or strings. Or back to grand piano, just by touching the grand piano button. So that's how you change tones. Touch and hold the grand piano and a corresponding key to the tone you want to hear. All of the digital pianos come stock with a pretty fantastic standard grand piano tone, and they're great. But if you're looking for something unique and specific, as really a lot of us are, you can get, quote, under the hood and customize your own grand piano tone. And the AP-S450 is no exception to that. You can do this right from the piano itself, or I prefer to do it with my tablet because I have a visual, I can look at it. I can change things like the virtual room I'm in. Maybe I'm in a great big hall. Maybe I'm in a New York nightclub. So I have control over the reverb setting. I have control over the brilliance of the piano. I have control over things like string resonance. You can really customize the tone of your piano to your liking. And then you can save that setting, so every time you turn on your piano, your favorite piano tone is ready to go. AP-S450's key action. Well, first of all, it's a hybrid key action, so it's made of wood, but it's finished in a plastic material that feels like ebony and ivory. It's really fantastic. I was playing the instrument the other day and, well, there's so many different things I liked about it that I noticed, but one in particular that really jumped out on me. You know when you're playing and you've got a passage where you need to be like on the back end of the key? Not all digital pianos will trigger very well back there. You kind of got to jimmy with it to get it to sing. Not the case with AP-S450. Super responsive. I was so impressed with that in particular. Whether I'm playing in the front of the key or digging back, it's there and ready to go. Another thing about this piano is, in digital pianos, we tend to play them at quieter volumes than you would an acoustic piano because, well, an acoustic piano, it's going to be as loud as it's going to be based on your playing. Of course, on digitals, you've got a big old volume knob, right? So I'm going to turn that down so I can practice quietly. In some digital pianos, you might experience thump to thump, 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 and some mechanical noises of the instrument. AP-S450 is one of the quietest digital pianos on the market. Quiet, I'm speaking mechanically. Of course, if I want it to be as loud as an acoustic, I just turn up that volume. But it's one of the more quiet pianos mechanically. It's an excellent instrument, and you're going to enjoy playing it very much. Here at Kraft Music, we're putting our hands on all kinds of digital pianos, almost everything on the market. It's not all that often that we come across a feature that is truly new and unique. AP-S450 offers such a truly unique feature, and it is the visual information bar that you see above the keys. This bar illuminates to show the velocity as you're playing, or it'll give you a visual representation of your metronome. When the visual information bar is not illuminated, that whole panel acts like a mirror. It's a mirrored finish, which is a pretty interesting aesthetic to watch yourself play, or if your audience is watching from behind you. Another truly new and unique feature in the AP-S450 is the replayer. This is a recording feature, but it's a little different than a standard recorder. With the replayer, you can engage the recording and then play. Maybe you're improvising, maybe you're writing music. This recorder will continuously record you. So if you're playing along, you're improvising, oh, that was really cool, what did I just play? You can stop it and you can go back and listen to that last thing you did. It records up to 4.5 minutes, but it's continuous. So if you're jamming along for a good half an hour and it's just the last 2 minutes you did something pretty fantastic, you can listen to those last 2 minutes that you just recorded. That's the replayer. There's also a standard recorder built into the instrument too. So if you want to do traditional recording, press record. I'm going to play my song from start to finish, press stop, press play, and I can enjoy my song. So 2 different ways to record within the AP-S450. AP-S450 is equipped with 2 USB ports. One is the USB to host, and of course this is to interact with your home computer or your laptop. The other is a USB to device port, and this will be used with a flash drive to store your recorded songs, or if you're going to use the included Bluetooth adapter, that's where you would put that, and then you can interact wirelessly with your iPad or your tablet. So now let's take a look at the Casio Music Space app, which I like a lot. I find it a whole lot easier to move around. So here I am on grand piano already, but maybe I would like to go ahead and hear some of these other tones. Well, I can see they're all listed here, and all I have to do to hear another tone is just touch the tone I want to hear. Boom. Just as simple as that. Let's go back to the grand piano. These are the default settings for those tones. If I want to customize my grand piano, we're going to exit this screen, exit that screen, and we're going to go to the acoustic simulator. This is where all the magic happens. This is where I can really customize the tone of my grand piano sound to my liking. And I'm going to go pretty heavy with some of these. Really, let's make some dramatic changes here. You see these are all standard. I can turn off these features or I can turn them on. Damper noise for one. This is a nuance you'd hear on an acoustic piano when I step on the sustain pedal. You hear that? It's a little thing, but it'll make a difference in your playing. And it is something that you would hear on an acoustic piano. Key on action noise, sure. Key off action noise. Now these are all nuances you would experience on an acoustic piano. So that's really cool that Casio makes these available to us here in the acoustic simulator. So here's our new tone. Here's what it did sound like. So there's definitely some differences. I get a bit more body out of the instrument. But there's a couple other features that are noteworthy as well. I'm going to the effects section for that. The first here is the reverb. I've already got the reverb turned on, but I have some options. Look at all these different virtual rooms I can be in. Look at this, a stadium. That's going to be a really big room. Here's another. You can really hear that reverberation. So not only do you have the type of room, but you also have control over how deep is that reverb. Their default here is 21, but we can pretty much max that out if we want to play something real spacey and real sparse sounding. Okay? You can minimize that, you can maximize it. You can set it however you'd like to hear it. I'm going to bring that down here. Brilliance. How dark or how bright is my piano? Right now it's at 0. Let's bring it up a little bit. Bring it up a bit more. Bring it back down so you can hear the difference. We can go way down, can't we? So whether you like a dark, more muted piano, something real bright, well, now let's take a look at the instant replayer. Go ahead and launch that right here. And again, this is a feature where if I'm improvising or just kind of noodling around on the piano is recording me continuously. And I can review back all the way up to the last 4.5 minutes. So let's give that a go. All I have to do is start playing. It's ready to roll. All right. And again, this is different than the standard recorder, which this instrument also has. It's different in that it's continuously recording. And the idea there is if you're composing or improvising and you stumble upon something really magnificent that you want to go back and review, you can go back and review it because, like I said, it is continuously recording you. You've got up to 4.5 minutes to review. And that is the instant replayer here. That visual information bar is pretty cool and pretty useful. You might want it brighter. You might want it turned off completely. And you can do either. Brightness. You've got 2 levels of brightness, or we can just turn it off. And if I turn it off now, no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm playing piano or using the metronome, it's not going to flash. But if I like it, I'll leave it just like it is at 2. So that's the Casio Celviano AP-S450. It's quite a remarkable piano with lots of great features. The wooden key action finished to feel like ebony and ivory. The replay feature, the standard recording feature, the fact that I can split, I can layer. I can custom build my own grand piano sound and reload it into the piano for recall later. There's a 40-watt speaker system. It's such a great piano. You're going to enjoy this piece so much. If you have any questions about AP-S450 or any of the products we carry, we hope that you'll reach out and contact us. Once again, I'm Adam B. here at Kraft Music, and thanks for watching.